Okay, the basic form of a circle is x squared plus y squared equals r squared. So here I've drawn a circle with radius of 2. So 2 squared is 4. Its formula would look like this. Sorry, its equation would look like this. Now, to move circles around, we need to follow the same rules that we've been following already, with one small exception with the y's. Already we know that if we shift around what the x is doing, let's say x minus 2 squared plus y squared equals 4. This will move our circle 2 units to the right. Why to the right? Because in all of our translations so far, minus means move to the right, and we've got used to that. It also makes sense right back from our explanation that when we're looking at the graph y equals x, up and left were actually a similar movement. So we've come to know that this is okay. Going back a step though, let's remember when we're moving our parabola around, and we said if we want to move it up and down, we need to replace the y with y minus something. Let's say we wanted to move it 2 units, let's say y minus 2. And we said this moves it 2 units up, and that minus confused a few people because they thought, how can taking something away move it up? But if you add 2 to both sides, you get this, which we've become more familiar with, and we're used to seeing that if 2 is tacked onto the end, then it moves the graph up and down. But what we want for our circles is we want to go back to this original definition, which says that if the y is replaced by y minus something, then we've moved that many units up. And you can see how it works here with the parabola, even though we've been looking at it in this form. Now here we can't just, if we're doing y minus 2, put the plus 2 on the other side, because there are all of these things happening in the equation. So we need to use this definition here. Y minus something will move that many units up. So if we replace this y squared with something else squared, we'll keep the same radius. Let's say we want to add 1. What we need to do is remember here that we are still subtracting something. We have y minus minus 1, because y minus minus 1 is the same as y plus 1. So what we've done here is we've moved it minus 1 units up. And if you've moved something minus 1 units up, you've actually moved it down 1 unit. So this has moved 2 units down. So when we come to draw this, instead of having our centre at 0, 0, we've moved it 2 units to the right, and we've moved it, 1 unit, not 2, I need to look at my numbers. We've moved it 1 unit down. So the new centre is here at 2 minus 1. Now as we go to draw in our circle, just have a think about where it's going to go. If it's got a radius of 2 and it's moved across 2, it's actually going to just touch here, and it's going to go around like this. So the only points we really need to label are the intercepts. So we've got 1 here at minus 1. And if this is the centre at 2, we'll have some intercepts here and here. In fact, I'll do another video showing you how to find those. And we've got a pretty ordinary drawing, sorry about that. It's way too big around the bottom. But we get the general idea there. So moving up and down, we can come up with a general rule here for what to do so that we can remember this all the time. When we're moving circles, we need to find a new basic form of a circle. And this is it. Let's every time write this with a minus, because that way we won't have to think through this minus minus situation. It will be just much easier. And this is our new form of a circle. Put a highlighter around this, or a box, whatever you do with something important. Because when your circle is in this form, the centre of the circle is HK. A little bit like when we learnt the vertex form of a parabola, which had its vertex at HK. This is a really good thing to know, because if we remember this form now, we can look at any equation and quickly and easily find the centre of it, as well as the radius, of course. So if we have one like, let's say, x minus 5 squared plus y plus 10 squared equals 4. And we know we've got a radius of 2. And always write down what your radius is. And then write down what your centre is. And then you can draw it. Now, to find what the centre is, it needs to be in this form. X minus h, y minus k, and the centre will be hk. So you're looking at what's been taken away. Here, 5's been taken away, and here, minus 10 has been taken away. So this is our new centre here at 5 minus 10. So, drawing that, we've got a centre way down here at 5 minus 10, and a radius of 2. So something like this. And you could label some other points on that if you wanted to show the scale of the picture. If this is 5 minus 10, this will be 7 minus 10.